Hello, good evening. Welcome to the last event in our Demystifying India Honors Colloquium for 2009. My name is Rick McIntyre, and I'm the director of the Honors Program. A couple of weeks ago, Ruby Delakia introduced Deb Gardner, who you've seen at the back of the house each week, as the real person who does everything. And I guess that leaves me as the fake person who does nothing. And it is true that Deb is the real person who does everything, but it's only half true that I'm the fake person who does nothing. And you'll have to figure out which half is true. I have two jobs here tonight, and they both give me great pleasure. We had a marvelous team of students and staff working on the colloquium this year, and they've been thanked. Ruby was very generous with her thanks last week. The success of any colloquium, though, really depends on the coordinators who teach a course, who pull off these events every Tuesday night, who organize dinners, who work with students, work with the public. And these three, Nick Delakia, Ruby Delakia, and Arun Shukla, have done a fabulous job. And I really would like to invite you now to thank them for everything that they've done. We are actually currently taking proposals for the fall 2011 colloquium, and we're excited about some of the proposals that we're getting. We're really excited, though, about what we have in store for you next fall. For fall 2010, it's my pleasure to introduce next year's topic, which right now we are calling Post-Racial America. The problem with that topic, of course, it's a very short discussion. Are we post-racial? Thank you. But clearly the notion of what race is and what it might be is changing in this country. And we're going to spend the semester investigating changes in our concepts of race in popular culture, in politics, and we have a wonderful team of coordinators, three of whom are here tonight with us: Lynn Derbyshire, Kyle Coos, and Ian Reyes. And if you would stand up, please, and you can acknowledge these people who next year will be bringing you this series, and we're very excited about that. Thank you for, I know some of you have been here just about every week. We appreciate your attendance. We appreciate your input. We even appreciate it when you complain about the sound. We don't appreciate that part that much. But thank you, and now, for the last time this fall anyway, Ruby Delakia.
Namaskar, good evening. This is our final night, and we are very, very privileged that we were able to offer this honors colloquium on demystifying India. The term demystify, at least in our dictionary, says to broaden and deepen the understanding about a topic. And we had invited throughout the semester renowned speakers to speak on various topics, and we hope that as a result of this semester-long colloquium, the students and those of you who visited us or listened to our podcasts and the archived lectures found that we, in fact, had achieved at least some of the objectives we set ourselves for demystifying India. Our medium tonight is dance. And through this medium, we are actually going to try and demystify India by presenting the diversity and the complexity of India. The first group of dancers tonight will present divine rhythms. The dances represent the ancient, the classical, the traditional, the mystical, and the religious, the mystical part of India. To present the dances, we have invited Nina Gulati, who is the founder director of the Triveni School of Dance in Brookline, Mass. And Nina will introduce the dances and give the descriptions. So please welcome Nina Gulati to the stage. Nina?
Thank you. Thank you. Indian classical dance is a very ancient art form that started thousands of years ago in the Hindu temple as a way of communicating with God. Just as we chant hymns and sing prayers, they say dance is the purest expression of the human spirit. In this ancient dance form, there is a complex combination of hand gestures, facial expressions, and body postures that tell stories about gods and goddesses. We will give you a glimpse through three styles. First is the Odissi style from Orissa, and the piece called Dash Avatar is by a famous poet Jayadev, 12th century poet, was a devotee of Lord Krishna. He believed that according to our theology, the Lord will manifest himself in different forms to cleanse the world of evil. So the story goes, he first takes the form of the lowly fish and goes into the ocean and retrieves the Vedas. When Mount Mandira was sinking, he became a tortoise and supported it on its back. In the guise of the boar, he saves the sinking earth by lifting it on its horns. The evil Hiranyakashipu could not be killed either by a human or a beast. So the beautiful Lord developed claws. He became half man, half lion. He dragged the terrified king to the threshold and tore him apart. As the dwarf priest, he amazes the arrogant King Bali, and with his cosmic steps takes the earth and the heavens. And the third step is placed on the king's head to humble him. As Parshuraman the warrior, he fights with his sword, but the sight of blood disgusts him. As Lord Rama, he uses his bow and arrow to kill the 10-headed Ravana with the help of the monkey god Hanuman. When the river Jamuna was blocked, he became a plowman and watched the river flow again. As Buddha, he turns away from poverty and disease. He detests violence and prays for peace. The Lord shall arrive, riding on the celestial white horse, to eliminate evil from the future. We bow to the poet Jayadev, who wrote this song in praise of Lord Krishna. Dashavatar, and joining me in this are Alisha Patel and Joita Bhaskar.
वेदानो धरते जगामि बहते भूगोलमुद्बिभ्रते दैत्यान् दारयते बलिं छलयते नष्टं जयते फलं कलयते कारुण्यं मातात्मते म्लेच्छां मुच्यते दशाकृति कृते कृष्णाय तुभ्यं नमः
Bharatnatyam, the purest of the classical dance styles, will now be featured in this beautiful piece that has been done by a modern choreographer. So it has the technique that was set thousands of years ago, but he has brought an interesting flavor to it. A powerful piece dedicated to the goddess Durga. O Mother, from my heart, I reach out to receive your blessings. You are the celestial dancer from Madurai. All your pain and suffering of your devotees, you eliminate. Even children, animals, plants flourish with your look of compassion. You are the goddess of prosperity, of music, of valor. Even Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva praise the one who rides on a lion. Varnam to be presented by Wendy Jhelen, Tejasi Thate, and Disha Sharma.
Kutakata tikita tumta di ta ra jum di ta ta jum ta ra jum di ta kum ta ka da di ki ta ta ka da di ta ta jum di ta ta jum ta ta jum di ta kum ta ka da di ki ta ta ka di ta ta jum di ta ta jum ta ta jum di ta kum ta ka da di ki ta ta ka di ta jum di ta jum di ta jum di ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ta jum di ta jum di ta jum di ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ta jum di ta jum di ta jum di ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ta jum di ta jum di ta jum di ta ka da di ki ta ka di di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di tanna dunu dimmi rattati tattanna tadi tanna dunu tadimi rattati tanna dunu dimmi rattati tattanna tadi tanna dunu tadimi di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da tattajung di tattajung da dinginna tutta dinginna tutta dinginna tumbi ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da tattajung da dinginna tutta dinginna tutta dinginna tumbi ku ta ka da di ki ta ka di ku ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da di ki ta ka da tattajung da dinginna tutta dinginna tutta dinginna tutta Madurai வளர்ந்தாய் மனம் கனிதருள் புரிந்தாயே மதுரை வளர்ந்தாய் kati kuta kata tikita tum ta tanna kutare tajum 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 takta tanna kutare tajum 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 takta tanna kutare tajum takta tanna kutare tajum takta tanna kutare tajum takta tanna kutare tajum takta tanna kutajum takta tanna kutajum takta tajum takta kutajum tajum tajum kutajum 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 tak tanna kutajum takta tanna kutajum tak tajum takta kutajum tajum tajum kutajum 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 tak tanna kutajum takta tanna kutajum tak tajum takta tajum 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 kutajum 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 kati kuta kata tikita tum tak dini tadini ta kata jum tari tanggu dana tanggu junut tanggu daga dini tadini ta kata jum tari tanggu dana tanggu junut tanggu tak dini tadini ta kata jum tari tanggu daga dini tadini ta kata jum dana tanggu dak dini tadini dari tanggu daga dini tadini dana tanggu dak dini tadini taka dini tadini ta dini ta taka dini ta dari tak dana tak junut tak tak kita tum tak
உயிர்கள் தழைத்திடவே அருளும் புவனேஸ்வரி அம்பா அகில புவனமது உயிர்கள் தழைத்திடவே அருளும் புவனேஸ்வரி அம்பா அயனும் அறியும் மகி அரணில் மனம் கவரும் உமையவளை உனை பணிந்த துணை புரிவாய் மனம் பணிதரும் பைரவி ஆனந்த பைரவி இந்த பாவம் கட்டாயம் சேர்ந்து நடக்கும் ஆனந்த பைரவி இந்த பாவம்
kutaka di kutaka to dikita tom ta ki kutaka de kutana kutaka dana kina kutaka targada jum jum da da din da da nam da din da ke din da ta kutaka de kutana kutaka dana kina kutaka targada jum da da jum da da jum da da nam da din da ke din da ta tung da na to 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 da dingina 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 to da tung da ka dung da dingina to 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 da tung da ka dung da dingina to 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 da dingina to
ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் 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 சாமி கமபதானி ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் அன்னை உன்னை பணிந்தேன் எந்தன் துயர் களைவாய் அன்னை உன்னை பணிந்தேன் எந்தன் துயர் களைவாய் அன்னை உன்னை பணிந்தேன் எந்தன் துயர் களைவாய் ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த நீ கனித பதனி கனித பதனி சரிகரி கனி இத கனிதனி பதனி சது கனிதனி பரவரணி கமபதானந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் கலைமகளும் நீ அலைமகளும் நீ பலைமகளும் நீ சிலையையும் நீ இலகின் இசை நீ சுகிலயம் நீ முரளி பணியும் திருமுருவெணி கலைமகளும் நீ அலைமகளும் நீ மலைமகளும் நீ சிலையையும் நீ இலகின் இசை நீ சுகிலயம் நீ முரளி பணியும் திருமுருவெயானந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக தாளம் சேர்ந்த தவிடும் சாசா சாசா இதவி கணிதனி நீ சனித பரணி சாசா சாசா இதவி கணிதனி நீ சனித பரணி சாரு கணிதனி இதவி கணிதனி ஆனந்த வைரவி தினபாவனாக
Tarana, a contemporary piece with a fusion of Kuchipudi style dance to Hindustani, North Indian style music, choreographed by the famous Pandit Ravi Shankarji. It's a dance of joy and celebration, dance interspersed with sculpturesque poses as seen in the Hindu temples. And performing this are Varsha Manjunath, Wendy Jalen, Tejasi Thatte, and Disha Sharma to perform Tarana.
ni tera na tir tira tir tana tira na tir tir tira tir tana tira na tir tir tira na tira na tira na tir 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 tira na na tre da ni dom tre da ni da da re da da ni tera na tir tera na tir ta ni ta ni tera na ta ta ni ta ni na tre da ni dom tre da ni da da re da da ni tera na tir tera na tir ta na tera na tir ta na 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 tera na tir ta na tera na tir ta na 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 tre da ni dom tre da ni da da re da da ni na tre da ni dom tre da ni da da re da da ni tagida tagida ta 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 di ta 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 di 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 dom
Get together. Get together.
we would like to thank the Nina Gulati and the Triveni dancers for sharing their wonderful classical traditions with us. And to thank them are our students from the Honors Colloquium.
Alisha Patel, Joyita Bhaskar, Varsha Manjunath, Tejasi Thate, Disha Sharma, Wendy Jhelan. Thank you.
That was mystical India, with the ancient classical dances that represent hundreds and thousands of years of tradition. If you remember, in one of our sessions, when Dipesh Chakravarti, the famous historian, came, he kind of elaborated on our definition for the series as to why we called it an ancient civilization but a new nation. I think these dances represent what is ancient about India and what some people think is the magical part of India, the mystical part of India. During the course of the colloquium also, we presented to you the changes that are taking place. Very specifically, quite a few speakers mentioned that in the early 90s, the government of India liberalized its economic policies and opened the doors for foreign investment, and the economic activity really blossomed. Obviously, not only did companies come into India, but Indians went abroad. And as Indians went abroad and were exposed to traditions outside India, and the Indian diaspora all over the world also influenced Indians in the diaspora, as well as bringing back the changes to India, what we find is that the Indians were starting to integrate some of these traditions that they found in foreign lands in their rituals of dance, of dress, of various types of practices. What we want to share with you now, these changes that are taking place in India, is modern dance presented by Parijat Desai and Company from New York, who perform an elegant hybrid of Indian classical and modern dance. Their dances represent a new South Asian American dance, but also reflect the intersection of culture that we all experience, challenging the notion of us and them. The first dance, I have to make sure Parijat Desai and Company are ready for us. Are you all set? They will perform is entitled Quiet Fire. It combines martial arts, yoga, and Bharatanatyam, which come together with new intensity in this piece as performers depict warriors in training who battle one another and themselves while grappling with the Hindu-Buddhist ideals of compassion and nonviolence. Dancers perform to a score that includes classic jatis, or rhythmic compositions, and Carnatic melodies reinterpreted. Please welcome Parijat Desai and Company performing Quiet Fire.
தள்ளங் குத்தக்க திக்குத்தக்க தத்திங்கிண்ண தொம் தாம் த த கி ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கி ட த க தாம் த த கி ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கி ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க த க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தம் தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க த க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் த ரி கிட்ட த க தம் தத்த கிட்ட ந க ஜம் தகுந்த ரி கிட்ட த க தத்த கிட்ட ந க த க ஜம் தகுந்த ரி கிட்ட த க த க ஜம் த க நம் த க ரும் த க தி தம் தத்த கிட்ட த கிட்ட தி கிட்ட த தித்தா கிட்ட த கிட்ட தம் தம் தத்த கிட்ட த கிட்ட தி கிட்ட த தித்தா கிட்ட த கிட்ட தம் தம் தத்த கிட்ட த கிட்ட தி கிட்ட த தித்தம் கிட்ட த கிட்ட தம்.
Krishna, why should I fight? Krishna, how should I fight? Oh, Krishna, whom should I fight?
Dari dana 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 da jonu 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 da demi 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 da keta taka. Dari da dana 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 da jonu 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 da demi demi da keta taka. Dari da dana dana da jum darum da dim da keta dana da jonu jonu da jum darum da dim da keta dari da dana dana da jum darum da dim da keta dana da jonu jonu da jum darum da dim da keta dari da dana da jonu da dimi da keta da. Thalang kutakate kutakata dinganda tom tadi kuding kutakading kutakata takading ding dergada ding kutak kuding ding kutak kudergada thalang kutakata di kuding kutakati kutakata takading ding dergada ding kutak kuding ding kutak kudergada thalang kutakata di kuding kuta takata ding kuta takata ding kuta kadagada ding kuta tadi kuding kuta takata ding kuta takata ding kuta kadagada ding kuta.
Tana tum 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 tum. Tana tum. Tana tum 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 tum. Nadri tum. Nadi tum tum. Nadi dim. Tadim. Nadri tadim. Tirana. Tirana. Nadre tarito. Tirana, tirana, tirana.
tatajana, 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 tiktam, tam, tatajana, 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 tiktam.
I hope you will indulge us because we are running a little behind schedule. Demystifying India is kind of hard. And one of the things we tried very hard to do actually the whole semester is not follow Indian time. Uh, but we do hope there is a costume change for the Parijat group. So while they are changing the costume, we'd like to take a few minutes to officially thank the many different people that made this colloquium possible. First of all, of course, we have to thank Rick McIntyre. Rick does a lot. At least the half he says he does. And we would really like to thank Rick and the Honors Program Committee that looked at the proposals and gave us this opportunity to present Demystifying India. I think one of the new things that happened this time is all the three coordinators are not India experts. They do not belong to the College of Arts and Sciences, which has been the traditional home of the colloquium coordinators. Niklesh and I represent the College of Business, and Arun Shukla represents the College of Engineering. But the three of us, I think, use this opportunity to provide to you our perspective on what we thought we would like to accomplish in terms of demystifying India. In addition to thanking Rick McIntyre and the Honors Program Committee, we would like to thank a lot of additional units within the University of Rhode Island who gave us funds that made many things possible. These include?
Yeah. So these units include President Dooley and the Office of the President, Provost Don D. Hayes and Office of the Provost, Dean Winnie Brownell, sitting right here, from the College of Arts and Sciences, Dean Mark Higgins of the College of Business Administration, Dean Raymond Wright of the College of Engineering, and Vice President Bob Beagle of Division of University Advancement.
And in addition to the folks mentioned, we are also very thankful to these people, Mr. Anthony Risica and his endowed Risica Lecture Series on Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Dean Lynn McKinney of College of Human Sciences and Services, Vice President Bob Weigand and the Office of the Vice President for Administration, Vice Provost Gary Bozilinski of Office for Information Technology Services at URI, Dean Jane Richmond of University College at URI, Mr. Glenn Kerkorian and the URI Foundation, the Kebab and Curry restaurant from Providence for serving us delicious dinners that have allowed our students to taste Indian food, many for the first time, the Village Inn of Narragansett, where our visiting speakers have stayed throughout the semester, and Professor G.R. and Mrs. Verma. Let's thank all of them also.
We would be very remiss if we did not take this opportunity to formally acknowledge the assistance provided on a daily basis by Deb Gardner of the Honors Program Office. She has kept us on track, hopefully on budget. I think we'll find out soon. And helped us with the millions of details from printing and distributing signs to processing travel budget and expense statements. Deb Gardner, we'd like you to be visible tonight. If you could please come up on the stage.
See anything from here.
Finally, we'd like to thank our honors colloquium students. They're sitting right there on that side of the auditorium. For us, this was the first time we taught a general ed course. And the students, of course, many of them for the first time had business and engineering professors as their instructors. They have been very attentive, thoughtful, and inquisitive. And so thank you for giving us this opportunity to offer the course to you. Can you find out if they are ready? When we were putting this evening together, we were wondering, of course, what the last session should be like. And we thought dancing would be a nice way to end this evening. As you saw in the first 3 dances performed by the Triveni group, that the classical dancers from South India, the Bharatanatyam, the Odissi, and the Kuchipudi, that they did have very sculptural and rhythmic patterns, and most of these dancers have trained for many, many years. One of the topics we did not cover in this colloquium was anything about religion, or about the relationship between India and Pakistan, or India as a nuclear power. Obviously, for any colloquium that tries to address any one country, we have many more topics than we have weekly sessions. I won't take any more of your time. But I hope you will agree that this was a very innovative way of presenting India in terms of its past and its future. So the second number that will be performed by Parijat Desai and Company is called Rewired. Rewired is set to Asian electronic music from the UK, and it blends the dynamic shapes and movement qualities of American modern dance with the rhythms and sculptural forms of Bharatanatyam. Please welcome back again Parijat Desai and Company.
Cyber sitar. 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 Cyber sitar.
Parijat Desai and company. That looks so easy, right? And it reminded me that in Indian classical dancing, or if you look at Bollywood movies of the past, the heroines were sort of statuesque, or you could say plump. And I look at modern dancers, Parijat's group, and I suppose we can't put on those weight in the right places. The dancers are Parijat Desai, Aditi Dhruv, Kylie Durst, and Rio Mito. Thank you very much for sharing your innovative dances with us. Thank you. Yes? Thank you very much. Okay. We just experienced two grand and very different expressions of Indian dancing. However, no Indian gathering would be complete without the next dance. And our dancers have traveled far from Kingston, Rhode Island. And the dance they will be doing is the Bhangra. And the Bhangra started as a folk dance in the agricultural region of Punjab, which is in the northern part of India, and was danced mostly by men during festive occasions like a harvest or weddings or any such happy occasions. Today it has become a national dance, and both men and women participate in this dance. Just as Bollywood movies have helped the country to adopt Hindi as it's really the national language, Bhangra has become the national dance. Even the state dinner at the White House for the Prime Minister that just took place ended with a Bhangra dance. So it really truly is a modern national dance. And presenting tonight with the music selected from a CD that is going to accompany the outsourced movie. If you remember, we had John Jeffcoat as the second speaker of our colloquium series. John had given us this audio CD. We picked one of the music from that. And presenting this dance is the Demystifying India Honors Colloquium students from Kingston, Rhode Island. Please welcome the Bhangra dancers.
ਓਏ ਚੱਕ ਦੇ ਫੱਟੇ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਵਰਸੀ ਕੱਟਨ ਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਕੱਟ ਕੇ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਪਤਾਸਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਹਾਸਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਤੇਰਾ ਹਾਸਾ Luke
wants to say just a couple of words.
Okay. Well, what do you think? The dancers are Mike Holden, Mike Pizzillo, Max Edmonds, Brittany Loricat, Michelle McCarthy, Teresa Murphy, Nana Ofe Tinkering, Erica Sevi, and Catherine Stott. Who wants to say something? It's also very traditional to have, because as you see, it's a folk dance. So it doesn't require years and years of practice. So we are going to start some music, and we would like you to participate in the Bhangra dance.
Hey, you having fun? All right, everyone's thanking each other, so the Honor Students decided we want to thank our professors, and we're just going to give them the roses they just gave us because we didn't have anything prepared. But they've done a great job, so just give them a hand, please, and thank you all for coming out. Here you go, Ruby.
This concludes Demystifying India. And we hope that through these dances, you saw what we think is India of the past, India of the future, and India of the present. With that, Bhangra music, please.